Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel, Deb Chanel's 48 World. Today, we're going to be going over Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 2, Episode 1. Don't let the zip code fool you. Okay, I'm glad to have I'm glad for Bravo to bring the Potomac Housewives back. I kind of missed them. They were real funny, and the reunion was just off the chain for Season 1. So let's get right on into it. They show us little shots as they're moving on into the first scene of this episode. We have Giselle has moved into a new home. I really don't know what was wrong with the old home other than she probably not being able to afford it. Because it is in a ritzy, priced, probably overpriced neighborhood or county in Potomac. And Potomac is kind of like the who's who is there. The, kind of elite of the county and, the movers and shakers, if you must. Then we have Sharice and Robin. They're both spending time with the family, doing a lot of family outings. Then we have Karen. She's buying wine. And she's telling the person or attendant or customer service person helping her in the store, or probably the owner of that winery shop, that she doesn't have a price, what do you call it, a budget to stay in. I'm like, shit. If one of them bottles of wine costs over $10, we got a budget. You know what I'm saying? But just the look of her, the person helping her, that's some expensive wine. I'm thinking maybe $300 a bottle, pretty much. Especially if she have to ask you, are you within a budget you need to stay in? That's one of them key words. Like, this shit is expensive. Okay. Then we have Ashley's finally working in her new restaurant that her and her husband started, breaking ground on during the first season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, we're going into that first scene. Giselle is out and about, and she's come to get her hair done. Because what she's saying when she's sitting there getting her hair washed, she gets her hair done every Thursday. So that's when her hair gets freshened up from all the things that she pretty much does to it. And Giselle has a fairly good amount of lengthy type of hair. It's just not the fullness of the volume of height that she wants with her hair. So I guess that's why she pretty much wears weave, because she really doesn't have to. Then Giselle a clip, or they show a clip where Giselle girls are wanting her to have a boyfriend, a steady boyfriend, that hopefully they can call their stepdad one day. They just don't want their mother sitting around, hanging around them all the time. And Giselle is wanting the same thing, but she's also saying that she don't mind dating somebody with a little height or not as tall as her, but she don't want his penis to be on shortness either. So I'm like, Giselle is just too funny. Too funny. She wants one of them long, slender, beefy, I guess, penises. But every woman wants what they want, just like men know what they want when they want something, appearance in a woman's um, demeanor and behavior and her structure of dimensions that they like. So women want what they want, men want what they want. So then we go to Skylar and Sharice. They're in the kitchen, and Skylar is supposed to be making dinner. And Sharice comes in and asks her how's dinner going. I'm like, I don't see no pots on the stove. I don't see nothing being microwaved. Skylar's pulling your leg, honey. She waiting for you to get up in that kitchen. It's nothing like mama's home cooking, all right? So Skylar's on her hoverboard, which I thought those things caught fire, and they had a recall on them. So why is Skylar and Sharice riding around on a hoverboard? Are they not concerned about their well-being? Or maybe it's one of those real pricey ones. I have no idea, but Sharice is acting more so like she's trying to be Skylar's friend, trying to hang out with her, and that's not mother mentality. You know what I'm saying? We with our kids, but we ain't like all up in them and trying to be in their world. Cause she know, honey, her Skylar Bones is a little bit more pliable than hers. So you break something, you're gonna be down for the count, for a few. So she's pretty much rapping with her daughter, and I don't know. She just being too much, too much. And She goes on to talk to Skylar, which is not an appropriate conversation to be having with your 15-year-old daughter, about your ex-husband and how your friends are talking behind your back and saying things that you say they don't know about. But I don't know if you're running your mouth with your daughter, who's underage and shouldn't even be having this conversation with you. You probably don't ran your mouth, and that's why people know about your business. Then we leave that situation. We go to Giselle. Giselle's talking about Hill Harper's charity event and how she was in it last year and she didn't win. But she was saying that's not the point. What she was pretty much saying was she's going to be the judge, one of the judges this time. And she has a friend in their circle who's going to be actually dancing in the charity event this year. And she just hopes she does real well. And she's really making small talk with her hairstylist, as we all do. We count them as our best girlfriends, or if you have a male who's your hairstylist, you count them as your best boy guy friend, because we tend to just get in conversations because we're trying to be relaxed. You're trying to get to know us as a client or a future client, or a routine client. You're trying to keep that business up, and you're trying to have a conversation and, like, be warm and affectionate to your clients. And of course you can definitely get perks from them when it comes around the holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. And especially if you do hair real well, they're definitely going to take care of you, many of your clients, when those times do come around. Sometimes just because gifts you'll get. So she's pretty much telling him about some of the girls in her circle and how, one of them had sent her a cease and desist letter saying she shouldn't be talking, or she better not be talking about a delicate situation such as gossiping about her husband, or soon to be ex-husband, and how she's fooled around on him and how he's fooled around. This stuff every woman or man may gossip about, but not necessarily saying it's the truth. And her lawyer done drafted up something and sent to Giselle about not talking about business she don't really know for a fact on Sharice. And so she was like, can you believe it? And she even said that she was fooling around on her husband. Matter of fact, she fooling around with the fireman. So I'm like, honey, Giselle could care less about a stop, cease, and desist talking about anything when it comes to Sharice, because she's definitely putting it on this reality show for the millions of people that view or tune in to the show. She letting it all hang out. So I'm like, that was just wasted paper for her and her lawyer to have done. Um, and then she's mad because she felt that Sharice had called her a whore. And I think Sharice Moore was saying she had like whore type mentalities, or, demeanors, is what she was saying. But, it is what it is. It was like inferred to, but not necessarily. She didn't come out and say, you are a whore, Giselle. But it was in reference to her behavior and how she was acting. So I could see where both people had a point. But like I said, women shouldn't get to that point where they're calling each other's bitches and hoes and all this, because men do that to us a lot already. So we don't need to pick up on their bad habits, even if, we may find somebody's acting in that demeanor. We can definitely say you're acting like a, hoe, or you're putting yourself in a behavior to mimic bitch mentality. But just out there, because I've definitely been um, one that can say I may call a female, or, a B word or a H word. Half the time is when I'm fighting my road rage, when somebody get in front of me, when I'm riding down the highways and byways and they switch lanes, then I kind of get out of pocket, but just somebody getting me riled up when I'm just sitting down, enjoying myself or whatever, and somebody come at me the wrong way. That very seldom never happens, but woo, if I'm on them highways and byways, I may call you anything, and I really don't mean it. I be meaning it at the time, because you did something to make me get hyped on your behind. and I can't really tell you how I feel about it. So I have to call you a name, but you know, not like you heard it or anything. So we all need to be kind of leery and weary of doing that to each other because it does hurt. And once you have a word out there that you used against somebody, you know, you can't take it back. You can apologize for it, but it's still out there and it still was said. So, and it's still resounding in that person's memory banks every time they see you or somebody reference you. That's what you're going to think about. But anyway, we're moving on for now. That was one of my long sidebars. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, like I said, she feels very comfortable with talking to her hairstylist. And, you know, he's making some reference that, you know, he was dating some Swedish men on his vacation or wherever he went. But they were, you know, nothing too much that he could brag on. So it is what we is on that situation. So we float on to Ashley. Ashley, she's a part of the Hill Hoppers charity event where she's dancing for a cause, and there all the money that is given, that is raised through the event, is given to, I guess, like we call this low poverty income type children that want to go and study the arts for summer. You know, the expenses are paid for, and that's something Hill Hopper. He's an author as well as an actor, I think. Black gentleman. He sponsors this every year, so they participate every year to bring awareness, and you know that's a good thing. So she's practicing because she's dancing in his little event, charity event, with her partner Tion. And I don't know if it's his dance studio or they just rented it for the practicing for the event that's to come. And so she's meeting him there, and you know he goes on to work a little bit with her on some dance moves, and then he goes to ask her how her restaurant is developing, how's it taking shape, and this, that, and the third. And she goes over and say, "Ooh, child, you know, I never thought it would be such a big hassle, but you know, she's up for the challenge still." But she's, you know, not getting full support from her husband like she had thought he was initially going to give her. He's more so worried about the loss than, you know, what she's trying to accomplish. So, oh, it's just a hot mess right now. But, you know, she should have known that I had some degree by, you know, talking to other people that have had restaurants in the past, or they still have successful, thriving restaurants. So I think they'll get it together. But he's getting to the point where he's like really showing his ass. Because, I mean, he did make it a point to say, you know, if the restaurant does real well, they'll think about having a baby. But if it don't do well within the time frame they had set, then they can't have a baby. And I was like, you know, that's a bit much. Because when you do get married, if you have the opportunity to have children, you are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. But or at least one time, because he has children with his previous wives. So I wouldn't think that with her being so young and fertile, and you know, a lot of energy, and she wants a child. I don't understand why he would deny her one. So that's something they're gonna have to work on. But we're moving on. We're gonna go to Robin. Robin has moved out of Potomac, and she had to downscale as well because her husband Juan, her husband he took a job that I guess wasn't paying that much, where it wouldn't be such a burden. um, well, it was a burden for them to stay where they were currently living when they were filming this show first season. So they really, really downsized from, I think, a four-bedroom home in Potomac to a two-bedroom condo that is like 45 minutes away from Potomac. So it really is a downsize, but it's a newly it seems like brand new condos that she's in. Kind of reminded me similar, but not full scale, of Cynthia Bailey's condo she lived in prior to her moving out and getting her lake house. But it seemed like she just cramped everything into this, you know, two-bedroom, because it is the out. It's very crunch. It's very, very crunch. Because the boys' room don't look like she can put nothing else in there. Nothing else. Her bedroom, It's kind of tight because it seems like it's a master bed that she's sleeping in when they really just need like a queen size bed because it's too big. And the one that she wants to order, that she's asking permission for from one to, is it okay she can order? That looks a little bit too big too. So I don't know where Robin still got big taste in little hoarders, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she's downsized. I guess she's still doing her real estate thing, and he's still doing his coaching thing because he was supposed to be playing. I thought he was supposed to be playing basketball, but I don't know. Maybe he was going in to get it. But the whole situation with Juan, I just really wish they just have stayed divorced because let me take that back. They are divorced, but they live together. Now, if you got to downsize with a man all the way from a 4 bedroom to a 2 bedroom, and you have two growing boys that are definitely going to grow out of that one space, at least that furniture, where you're going to have to get them some full size beds in there, and it's still going to be too small for them. It's going to be like they in camp somewhere. And then you just got one need to be making more money then, or y'all need to come out of Hanover and go somewhere else too. I don't know. All of just look too claustrophobic to me, for me, because that's just like a 1 bedroom. Even though you got 2 bedrooms, one could be made as an office or a spare bedroom. But it got too much going on in there. It's just too cramped. And then you got a husband that's supposed to be doing right by y'all, but he's just looking at you like a roommate, like you just one of his roommates, Robin. And I just feel my heart just goes out to you because you like this young man, and it seems like he likes being a dad, but he's just not responsible. He talking about he had to come in now and practice his game. And I'm like, is he talking about a game or some plays he gonna work on for his job, or he's talking about playing a little video game that men tend to, I guess, do the wind down? I have no idea, but it seemed like he was just on them little games that his son should be playing with, and he didn't want to talk to her. I'm like, oh, girl, you need to drop him. He a bad habit. He ain't got no better since the first season. I mean, you should have took a play out of Katie's book, and got rid of the guy that she was dating that she wanted to have as a husband for her two small kids. I think it was two, was it three of them? I can't remember. I think it was three of them. But anyway, she's still with that guy, and child, I hate to call anybody a loser because they can definitely change the situation if they have the will and the drive to want to do that. They can change. But to me, Juan just want his cake and eat it too. He want to have something on the side, and technically he can because he's divorced. But he's living with his ex-wife, thinking that he wants to be married. But he ain't treating her no better than what he probably treated her when they were going through their divorce. I like, I'm gonna move on from her because her situation is making me depressed. Okay. So we leave that. We go to commercial. We go back to, we got Ray and Karen. They're looking for a new home. They're trying to move out their 9 bathroom home to something a little bit more doable. I'm sure Ray wants to come off that money because why should he pay for that much? He always dirt. Karen don't need that much room. They don't entertain that much. Kids are all gone off to college or hell gone. So why would you need a house like that? Because if you got 9 bathrooms, you probably got 6 bedrooms. So you don't need all that space. It's just you two and y'all share the same room. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then Ray told me he want a pool. I said, unless you're gonna get out there in that pool and exercise your body from head to toe, why do you need a pool, Ray? Why do you need a pool? You needed a pool when you sat up there. I think you did have a pool though. No, I don't think they had no pool. They ain't have no pool. I don't think. At the house that they're trying to move out of. But either way, he never was out there. He never was out there. And how dark he is, he don't never need to be out there in the sun. He really don't. But anyway, they going out calling themselves. Ray's saying the right thing, downsize. Get something that's a livable situation, doable. Because he's tired of seeing his money come out. Karen, on the other hand, gold digger. That's all I can get out my mouth. Gold digger. I'm like, girl, you're doing too much, lady. You're doing too much. Anyway, they hook up with some real estate agent. Um, they show them this house that I ain't too particular like it myself. Just the whole structure of it. Karen was just making, I'm not, she should just walked in, saw, okay, because she was making ill gestures just outside. Talking about, where's my circular driveway? I don't like to bag back. I'm like, oh, okay, but then you don't want to drive because you can't just go straight everywhere either. You know what I'm saying? Or everything is just not a circle either. So she was like, I gotta have a circle driveway. And see, that's what it would have been me. We ain't gotta go no further. We don't need to see what's in the house because she don't like this. Even if we liked it what's inside, we still would have to be dealing with this one structure. Meaning she needed a circular driveway. So the real estate agent was trying to tell her how she could navigate through the type of structured driveway that they were looking at. I was like, this nut don't even know who he fooling with. He really don't. I wish he hushed. Anyway, she gets on into the house. She didn't like the first part of the house. She was like, honey, the roof is too small. Why is it this at this level? It should be higher up. I'm like, oh my God. How about her chandelier will be already at the floor because she has a large chandelier. I'm like, you taking the shit with you? I thought you were supposed to leave that stuff to somebody else. Like, girl, if you're not gonna move in something that big, if you're downscaling, how you gonna take a big ass chandelier that fits a very big, large foyer area, and it's definitely have to have some height to it? Why are you even coming in the house looking at the rest of it? You already was upset about the driveway. Now you come on talking about your chandelier. It won't work because your chandelier is too damn tall for the house. So I'm like, oh, doing too much. We're gonna move off her because I need a break from talking about her because she make me mad too. I'm like, just stay in your house. You got just stay on in the house because ain't nothing else gonna be right. Okay, because you're comparing it to that freaking house. So just stay there. Ray keep on spending out money, spending out ridiculous light bills and stuff. Y'all just stay there because she don't like anything else. Okay, she's not gonna like anything else. Anyway, we move on to there. We move on from there. We go to Sheldon, which is Skylar's gym coach from when she was taking lessons from him. I guess that's Cherie's best guy friend who happens to be gay. So I guess she want to treat him like a girlfriend, but no, he's a guy. He's still a guy, and he still, I guess, wants to hear your, like you sitting up here telling him, he gonna go tell somebody that somebody gonna probably be somewhere friends with somebody in your circle that's gonna get right back to your circle, because every place is like people be saying Atlanta's so big. No, not really. Because some of the same circles you follow through, you may know somebody in the same circles that will get to that main circle, which makes Atlanta very social circle very small. I'm just saying, I've witnessed it. I know it. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you got to keep your mouth shut. Complain. Let it be between you and the Lord. Okay. Other than that, don't run your mouth because it's gonna get back to somebody, some way, somehow. Because you just don't never know who that know who that know that who. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she going on telling, the little friend about her husband and he got his little side chick and he ain't got no job right now. That's gonna because he don't want to pay me my money. I said, honey, what if something happened to your husband and he couldn't pay no more money? He just got disabled somehow. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Girl, what you gonna do? Because he gonna take care of them kids. He love his kids. He just don't love you no more. He don't want anything bad to happen to you, but he don't want to keep up with your lifestyle. He don't want to pay you all this excessive money that you say you need and deserve. I mean, it's like, do you have education on you? Do you have a niche? Do you have somewhere where you want to start your own business? I mean, you cannot sit and think just because this man spent X amount of years with you, you don't have these children, you don't spend most of your life being a family woman, taking care of your husband, taking care of your kids, taking care of all the household needs and this, that, and third, making a better home life. And then if some way your husband just woke up one day and said, I don't want you anymore. Okay. Then y'all sit down amicably and mark out what's real. Take the emotions out of it because that's all it really comes down to is dollars and cents, especially if you were always at home. Not that he made you stay at home, maybe he suggested and you just got complacent with it and found yourself in complacency and you just stayed with it. It's just your thing, claim to fame. But I mean, women know when this shit is going south, when a man is just not paying them that type of attention anymore and their eyes are wandering. And they're lesser and lesser being involved with the marriage. When shit is going wrong. So she just got in her little mind that he's gonna take care of her for the rest of her life, and she's just gonna be like Oprah. Maybe that's why Oprah never married Stedman, because she didn't want to give up her fortune, her fame, her riches. You know what I'm saying? She just said, "Well, if we marry, ain't nobody gonna know about it but me and you. We're not gonna be public about it." So to this day, they may be married for all we know. But if they're not, that's probably the reason why she don't want to give up anything. And that's why most men, they'll have that one person they stay with, for here and a day, but they just won't marry him because they don't want to go through that hassle. And it's not necessarily saying you're tainting something and you're jinxing yourself. But then when you get married, oh Lord, all y'all romance and fondness for each other just went out the window. No, it's already going out the window. Okay? So don't jinx yourself. Love is a beautiful thing. If you find that person that wants to be in it for the long haul and they want to keep on, when the spark goes, try to reunite that spark. Do something else. Don't continue doing the same thing that got y'all together. It's something you have to build on with each year, or hell, every 6 months, because you do get tired of looking at somebody. But if you had to say, I want to be with them or I don't want to be with them, what would come to your mind? What would be the first thing? Would you still want to have 20 more years with them, smelling their dirty drawers, cleaning their dirty drawers? Or you want to break? You want to just go and smell somebody else's dirty drawers? Me, you know, I wish I could have stayed with my ex-husband, but it just wasn't a doable thing. Infidelity was just something I could never get over. It only happened one time from what I knew, but that's all it took was that one time. So with other people, I haven't given up on love, but I'm very cautious. I don't ever want to be put in a situation where I feel like this person's just settling with me, because I don't want to feel that way with you. I want to continue to, make things more enjoyable. And if we get to some stagnation, we need to figure it out and we need to go forward together. That not be an option to break up. You know what I'm saying? We found each other once, we need to find each other again and find some commonality and similarities to keep us together. But that's what I find in a lot of just watching people's behavior and their demeanor when they are in these different reality shows, or just watching people in general that I know that go through these things every day. It's hard. That's when you find people like, should we be in relationships, or I don't want to be by myself. Sometimes might be the best thing for you at this point, unless you're really ready to share your life fully every day, all day, good and bad. But it's a mess how Sharice is just taking things to a monetary type existence. Especially, I mean, what is your daughter? What is Skylar gonna do? She gonna marry rich too? Well, and then when she find out her husband maybe cheating on her, she may want to dip out. That's what you're gonna do, and you're just gonna count the coins of what you're gonna lose, or what's that gonna be a loss, and it's gonna be somebody else's gain. Just like can do Isaacs and Mary J. Blige. He was her manager for X amount of years. He still got a paycheck, but yeah, he wants 100K a month from Mary J. Blige. I'm like, what? Are you serious? So you always have to look at that too. So this is what it is. But I wish Sharice would get it together and not make marriage seems like it has to be uh who gets the bigger paycheck. They're gonna have the bigger payout if they try to leave. Like that's all y'all marriage was totally built on, was money. So she's a sad character. I don't even know why they even brought her back, other than I guess she could afford to stay in Potomac. And the only reason why she can stay is because her husband makes that kind of money. But like I said, he ain't got no job, so he playing a very good game with her right now. Because if they had to settle their divorce right now, his income, which is zero, I guess they'll be going off what he physically has and owns, in a sense, that they'll be basing the wealth off of, because he has no job. He has no job right now. And like, she should be worried about that versus giving out all these clothes out her closet that are old. And she talking about the ones she throwing away, she gonna have to replenish. I'm like, okay, keep thinking. I hope that somebody get a hold of this videotape that's showing you being very frivolous, and they can call you out on some of your shit. But anyway, moving on, we go to Ashley. Ashley's at the restaurant, and Michael pops up. She's just trying to have a conversation with her chef. Michael pops up, trying to see what's going on with the food, what's being served, what's happening to all his Australia type meats and other toppings. I'm like, man, are you kidding me, Michael? I mean, it was a nice idea. I think you should have researched it a little bit more when you're trying to bring the Outback here. Don't nobody want no kangaroo meat, man, every day. I mean, this is just like a delicacy, something you do, you have maybe once a month, maybe every 6 months, every once a year, something like that. People want the normal stuff. They want steak, they want chicken, they want seafood. Very seldom they want something as a delicacy, like sushi or whatever. It's not something that's I'm sure people are partaking in on a daily basis. Or they'll be doing it at home. That shit can get very expensive. Time I'm going to these different, authentic sushi places. So anyway, he's sitting up there, and the chef is bringing him all these entrees out, and he's like, "Well, how much is this being charged out for? This, and that." I mean, he's just going. I'm like nickel and dime and everything. I'm like, wait a minute. For one, should you have gotten this taken care of prior to the restaurant even opening? Should you have looked at your meats and your seafoods to say, okay, this is what we're getting. This is what it needs to look like. This is what it needs to weigh because this is what we're selling it for. I mean, but he was just doing too much. I'm like, he must have some very smart people working for him because right now he's not looking smart at all. Like Ashley, I don't know, girl. Maybe you should have opened up a hair salon, a natural hair salon. Maybe he would have stayed out of there. But anyway, moving on from there, we have Giselle. Giselle comes over to see Robin, and Robin is already downing herself. I'm like, girl, you ain't have to explain nothing to nobody about your financial situation. If you could not afford it and y'all living off your salary pretty much by you being a realtor, then just go with that, baby. You ain't got to explain nothing to Giselle. And I say, well, Giselle got to be a pretty good friend. She gonna drive 45 minutes to see your ass. Girl, you know what I'm saying? Because the rest of them sure ain't been out there. I mean, Sharice called, but she ain't took the opportunity to drive out there to see where you are, how you're doing. Do you need anything else? So, Giselle comes out there, bring her bottle of wine, and she's showing her, their little condo. And you could tell Giselle's like, whoo, girl, when you came down, you came all the way down. Because to me, that apartment or condo really looks like it could be for somebody that's just starting out, like for a male or for a female or first time couple, that just got married. That's something, it's not really something that you really want to put a family into unless you just have to be there. And it's kind of somewhat temporary. Or, y'all just trying to save. This depends on what situation you are in life at that time. But like I said, it's very nicely dressed off. Looks very clean. And it looks very livable and lovable. I mean, it's just, her saying negative stuff. And it's going to bring that negative energy around, and everybody's going to find something to bitch about. But other than that, I liked it. I don't think that all that furniture she tried to pack up in there is a doable thing. Less is more is what I like. Less is more. But anyway, they have a little small talk, and then we already had that conversation in the past where Robin was trying to tell her husband that Giselle was wrong for, putting Teresa's business out there on the streets and stuff. And he was like, I'm with Teresa's husband because he wants to probably get a job with him. So of course he ain't gonna say nothing bad about the man, especially on reality TV. Exactly. But anyway, he told her to stay out of it. The women can take care of each other. They'll learn to mend their fences and get back in the right graces. But other than that, just leave it alone. Let them work it out themselves. Now that helpful. She went on and told Giselle that she was wrong. She shouldn't have did all that. Hey, you see that's why you're in the situation you are with your husband now. You don't listen. Once that man told you he didn't want you, you should have said, cool, deuces, bye. And you live in that nice apartment with your two sons, and it would have been cool. But having his little crazy ass up in there, and y'all still looking cramped, no ma'am, no Lord. No, God, that's not a good look. Anyway, we'll move on from that situation. Ashley's already it's time to perform in her little charity event. She's ready to dance her little butt off for charity, of course, and all her girlfriends are in attendance as well as her mom. And Michael's there. And Sharice finally comes in with her little stank face, like she, all this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody really appreciating her being there, but it is what it is. Then Ashley finally goes on the dance floor with Tiana. They both looking great. She turns it out. Okay, everybody pretty much gives her a 10. She wins the whole thing. Michael was happy to see her perform, and he's really seeing what he has in his little Sharice. So he better stop when she get on say, I'm leaving you, honey. What my prenup? I know we signed one. Let me update this sucker. But it was very nice. Then Sharice and Giselle, they go out in the back. They have a conversation about all this he say, she say stuff. Sharice won't apologize to Giselle for calling her a whore. Giselle says she's not going to stop talking about her just as long as she got her name on her tongue coming out words. She going to have the same thing coming out of hers. Ain't no lawyer, ain't no law going to tell her how to talk or what not to talk about. So I'm like, okay, girl, all right, do your thing, girl, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Okay, because we didn't have Giselle cutting up and Karen with her little slide. Then she wanted to say this show wouldn't be about shit either. So I'm glad we got them two heavy hitters. They can give me a kiki and a chuckle here and there. But y'all, that was my take on the Potomac Housewives. Potomac season 2, episode 1. Don't let the zip code fool you. Get you knocked out, honey. Get you knocked out. Look forward to talking with you all for episode 2 that will come up next Sunday. So have a great night. Blessings to you all. Bye.